Hello, everyone. The significant documents from Strzok and Lisa Page, the one where she says he can't win, right, and then the one where he responds back and says, we'll stop him. That is information that the IG did not have, according to when they say they got these things, these and 7 others of equal importance. They didn't get them until 4 or 5 weeks ago now, which meant the investigation was finished. So what people don't understand, however, is everyone's referring to those as proof of bias, and they are. That's absolute proof of bias. But that's not the devastating thing they do. Those documents, those instruments are absolute proof. And folks, I'm begging you to understand absolute proof that there was at that time and still is, I believe, that there was an ongoing conspiracy to overthrow the duly elected President of the United States at the highest levels of the FBI. How can that be covered up? How can that just slip by the American people and they not even catch hold of it? Well, now you see the importance of this worthless dialogue, this worthless combat, so to speak, over separating the illegal immigrants' kids from them. That's misdirection. They've got the people all interested in that. They have now forgotten about the IG report, and the IG report never even took enough media to actually get legs in itself on its own. But you want proof. You've got people saying you're crazy. If you want proof, what do you call what they say in just those 2 memos or whatever, text or memos? What does that say to you? I mean, when Strzok says, we'll stop him, we'll stop him, what more proof do you need that he was a part and party to an attempt to overthrow a duly elected President of the United States? What more do you need? What more can there be in the way of proof than that? I mean, I guess the next step as far as proof would be maybe have him and Page just sign a statement admitting it in blood. Maybe that would be more proof. But they're not going to do that. And then you might think I'm overblowing this thing. I might be. I might be just going a little bit overboard. Except for one thing. If those instruments were not incredibly important, significant, then why did they hold them until they knew it was safe to give them to the IG because his investigation was already over? You want proof that they knew that stuff could be construed as proof of a conspiracy to overthrow the presidency? Well, now you got proof of that. Proof in the fact that they withheld that. So there was no way it could be dealt with in the IG's investigation. here we are. Here we are, buying the story again. Now we're off looking at illegals coming in and being separated from their kids. They got us looking at that. They got the whole country looking at that. The IG report's dead. And it will stay dead unless we bring it out, unless we keep it to the forefront. We're losing our country. We are losing it. They are playing with us in Washington, D.C. They are playing us like a Stradivarius. They know what we will buy into. They know our attention span is shorter than the length of a cricket. And they're using it on us. Using it on us. Now, another thing that's happened that y'all may have heard, if you don't believe that this progressive council has a global plan of which we're a part of which we've got to become a socialist communist nation to complete their agenda. Look at Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu's wife was arrested for committing fraud. Isn't that something? Larry, what do you mean about that? Well, you see, it's what I've told y'all about Jeff Sessions. Jeff Sessions is trying to bring our Justice Department back under the rule of law, constitutional. And people they're investigating, they try to keep it secret until the case is ready to be handled one way or the other. If it's nothing, they just make it go away. Nobody knows. The person's not damaged. But look what they've done. It's almost America and Trump again. They want rid of Benjamin Netanyahu. They don't want to defeat his agenda. They want him gone. What better way to get rid of Ben Netanyahu or any true conservative, moral person? What better way than to attack their family? What better way? Now, she has denied having used funds inappropriately. I know them both. And I assure you, Benjamin Netanyahu or his wife need to commit fraud to get money. They don't need it. They don't. But the Progressive Council, the people that want to take over the world, they need them to look like she took money. Because they've gone at Netanyahu hard. They've used every trick on him, much like Trump. Hard. And Netanyahu has not budged. So look what they've done. Going after his family. And folks, that's hard. That's cold. But let's look in America. We find out today, or I did today, maybe y'all did yesterday or whatever, but our ICE agents, their names their home addresses, and the names of their family members. All of them have been put on the internet. All of them. Can you believe that? Now, you might as well have put bullseyes on all of their families and themselves. You might as well. Because I assure you, coyotes, MS-13, the cartels, they'll come after their families. They will. And all they got to do, and they know it, and whoever it was that put this stuff out knows it. All MS-13, coyotes, cartels, all they got to do is wipe out a couple of 3 families of ICE agents. Kill them brutally. And ICE agents will resign. They will. They're not going to go back out. They're not going to go back out. So I predict there will be blood having to do with the ICE agents and their families. There will be blood. By design, there will be blood. And by design, when there is blood, they are planning that many of the ICE agents will either quit or they will relinquish any aggressive posture that they might have. Anybody think that's bad besides me? Oh, and there's one other thing. There was a lady, can't remember her name, blonde. She goes to a Mexican restaurant to have dinner. And there, this crowd of people start screaming and yelling at her. Screaming and yelling at her. What's funny is what they were yelling. I'm paraphrasing and I can't remember exactly, but they were basically yelling, "No more borders. No more borders." Now I found out a little bit of information about that as well. One of the key instigators of badgering this lady actually worked for the DOJ, Department of Justice. Worked for the Department of Justice. To my knowledge, there's no effort to get rid of her. I haven't heard or seen, maybe I have not heard or seen anything about it. But I dare say she's not too scared. Not too scared at all. For they know in Washington what I've been telling you and what every one of you damn well better know by now. If you want to get rid of that DOJ woman that was leading this protest against blonde-headed, whatever, who are you going to call to get rid of her? Huh? Who? Who you going to call? Sound like old Strzok, right? He was led out of his office under guard last week. They walked him out of the FBI building. Sounds bad. Sounds bad, except by now we know he's already taken care, probably, of most of the documents that could be incriminating that are on file since he was in human resources. He didn't care that they walked him out because he's still getting paid. We're paying him, me and you. Do you not believe? Is something wrong with you that you cannot believe? We are in slap dab in the middle of a soft coup. A coup to take our country away from us. They have the people in position to do it. They've got the media to cover their tracks and to help them with their agenda through propaganda to do it. They're missing one piece of the puzzle. One. And that's the executive branch, Trump. But in case you haven't heard, the Democrats have decided that they're going to quit talking up front about impeaching Trump when they get elected. They're not going to talk about that no more. They're still going to do it. They're just not going to talk about it no more. You know why? Because Trump's been so successful that they don't want to hurt themselves, so they're just going to shut up about impeaching him. That way, they can win the House and then get rid of him. And what have we got to stop them? Huh? What have we got to stop them with? Well, we've got our legislative branch of government, Larry. Sure we do. Sure we do, but they've worked for years to get our legislative branch to where it is nullified. Take a look at the immigration separating the kids. Well, the Republicans have control of the House and the Senate and the presidency, so they can draft a law and pass it doing whatever they want to do. No, they can't, because it takes in the Senate 60 votes, which means they've got to have 9, at least 9 Democrats come on. And they ain't coming. They ain't coming. And then, if you think there's 1 ounce of truth, if you think there's one tiny piece of truth in their compassion for those poor children being separated from their parents, then answer this. Why? Today, when Trump signs an executive order designed to help relieve that problem and do exactly pretty much what the Democrats have been asking, now all of a sudden they won't accept it. They're going to fight it. No matter what Trump does, he can come to them with something they wanted just yesterday. He can literally have what they proposed yesterday, and he can do it exactly. And then when he signs his name to the bottom of it, they'll have no part of it. And then they'll have the media. You see, this should be so obvious that the general public ought to catch on to that, right? No, because the general public is not going to hear about it. They control the 4th branch of government, the unofficial branch of government, media. The media has declared itself pure propaganda. Pure. You know, I sat here, and they are bringing every kind of hell to my door that they can to stop me. But I will not stop. I will not. I only to cop a line from somebody much smarter than I, much wiser than I will ever be, and certainly a greater patriot than I could ever wish to become. I'd like to use his line and say, my only regret is that I only have one life to give for my country. One. With that, I'll say good day. Thank you.